Pardon me. Hey guys, guess I'm live. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Give me a second here, please. Sorry. Hey. Yeah, happy spring. Spring has sprung. Say, I wanted to jump on here. What's up, Tomcat? My buddy Bobcat. Hey, I wanted to jump on here with a few things. David Seaman's come out and said that at least some of the federal indictments have been unsealed. Guys, calm down. Sorry, my dogs are on their way to the park, so they get nutty. And he said he's seen some of them personally. I have not checked the Pacer system because I just learned that today, and that's on my home computer, and I'm just leaving work now. So I'm going to check that when I get home and see what indictments have been unsealed. But anyways, said lots of people you're going to know. So I think he's also implied that those indictments were unsealed a little bit earlier than the White Hats wanted them to be, simply because it's been leaked that Mueller's not really going after Trump. He never was. That was all a ruse and a red herring to distract the Luciferians. And actually, I did read today where he's putting some more charges on Manafort, and I think freezing assets in his bank account. And anybody that knows what's going on, Manafort was a DNC plant. Sorry, it's tough for me to read. Yeah, timeline is jumping big time. And I think there might have been a base destruction off the coast of California. You had that Marine helicopter going down, losing 4 Marines. And sorry for their loss and loss to their families. They were most likely in an operation against the Luciferians. So, take a second to think about those guys. One thing I wanted to mention too, I like David Seaman. He's a good guy. He's got, I think, good intentions. But in his video that I saw from Wednesday night, he almost implied that he and Q single-handedly have, taken the cabal out. And I love you, David, but, this is really a team effort. This involves thousands, if not millions of people. And disseminating information certainly is important, and you're good at that. You have a lot of followers, and you started out with that Huffington Post platform, so that gave you a nice jump start there on disseminating information. But as important as disseminating information is, so is our powers of manifestation and everybody using those. So there's no one person that things are getting better now, and there's no one person or even a handful of people that can take credit for this. Each and everybody watching this video, I know, and a lot of other people are responsible for the successes that we're enjoying and, the liberation of humanity. So let's not get carried away with our egos, patting ourselves on the back, and, know that each and every one of you are important and have played an important role. And, David, if you're watching this video, I got my ass tased and thrown in jail for 24 hours by a Federal Protective Services officer while I was protesting government corruption and specifically mentioning Luciferians on my bullhorn in 2014. So that was 4 years ago almost. So there's been a lot of us in this battle for a long time that have sacrificed a lot and done a lot. My great warrior friend, good friend, Pizzagate Howie, if you guys have not seen him calling out, I know I'm not the only one that thought that his video was a little egotistical. So get that in check, David. You're not a one-man army. But Pizzagate Howie, he made it onto InfoWars because he called out creepy Joe Biden for molesting children on camera and C-SPAN. So if you haven't seen that, you need to watch that. Pizzagate Howie's amazing. He traveled from Philly to New York to go to this event, knowing he's going to be thrown out immediately. But he stood up, just like he's done against Hillary Clinton, and called Joe Biden out for the creepy child molesting freak that he is. And so hats off to that guy. He's an American hero. And like I said in a tweet, if 10% of this country had the balls that Pizzagate Howie does, we'd have been liberated years ago. So kudos to you, Pizzagate Howie. Thank you so much. What else did I have to say? Well, David also said that, we'd be looking at emergency broadcast system announcements, which I guess the word is that, Trump will be making announcements through that. So, he said this Wednesday that, within the next 48 hours. So I'm going up to D.C. tomorrow for I believe it's called March for Justice. Tracy Beans organized that. And I'll be talking a lot about, because it's been too long since I've been out on a bullhorn, I'll be periscoping. And it's at 9 a.m. starting at the White House. And then I'm sure we'll stay there for a little while and then march out to Department of Justice. And I urge you, President Trump and Q, if you are there at the White House this weekend, that you come out and say hi to us, okay? Because you couldn't do what you're doing if it wasn't for us and vice versa. So we all need to appreciate one another. And hope that if you're within a 2 or 3 hour drive, please make it out to this march. I'm telling you, God is on our side on this one. Well, I'm sorry, it's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Washington. And if you're within 2 or 3 hours, man, get out there. If you've never been to a demonstration like this, I'm telling you, you'll love the energy. You're going to meet a lot of good fellow warriors, and you're going to have a good time. And I think it's a great time. It's almost a celebratory demonstration as far as I'm concerned, because the Luciferians have now, I really believe, just been completely kicked in the balls. And they're hunched over, knees wobbling, they're ready to go down. So it's time for us to enjoy ourselves, and I plan on enjoying myself tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for my periscopes. I'm going to be going up there with several friends, and I'm definitely taking a bullhorn or two with me. So hope you guys can make it to that. And again, if you're within a 2 or 3 hour drive, grab a friend or two and come down. It's not that big a deal, Get up a little early. And you get out there and you show your true colors. It's like these Nimrods who have these stupid-ass anti-Second Amendment demonstrations and crap like that. They get thousands of people out there. I mean, come on. I know there's thousands of us out here that, believe in justice and know what's going on in the system. So get out there and let's make a showing, What else did I want to say? Gosh, I don't know. I haven't been on for a while, but I've just kind of been enjoying the show. I'm looking forward to getting home tonight and checking out the Pacer system to take a look at these unsealed indictments that David Seaman claims have happened. Oh, and also, I wanted to say this, and this is another comment regarding ego, okay? And that is that some of you might have seen Titus Frost and David Seaman's interview together, which you would have thought, anybody that knows what's going on between them, you would have thought they never would have had an interview together. Well, they didn't mention this, and frankly, I kind of think that at least one of them, and I won't say which, seemed to me to kind of be taking credit for making that all happen, for bringing them together. And just for the record, and not to pat myself on the back, but honestly, if I was them, I would have mentioned it, because I did stick my neck out doing it. But I stuck my neck out. I know both of those guys. I got their cell phone numbers. And I'm the one that brought them together and said, look, guys, it's time for us to come together. And I text messaged both of them in a group text message, which that is sticking my neck out, because I've done that before to try to get people together. And sometimes they don't appreciate it, and they give me shit for it. Like, how could you give them my number? And I'm just like, come on, don't worry about someone having your number. That's the least of your worries. Come on, DJ. DJ, sit down. DJ's all excited about the mass arrests and the indictments as well. All right, DJ. So anyway, I wanted to mention that because, I just like to give credit where credit's due. I wouldn't have even mentioned it had they, but sometimes I think some of these folks who are, have a lot of subscribers are just doing a little bit too much on the ego side. Titus Frost just did a video that I want to point out to you guys where everybody can do their little part to end child trafficking. And he made a good point. And I'm a single guy, so I'm on like Tinder and have been on some other dating sites. And I've always thought it odd when I see a woman with a picture or two of her kids, you know, I'm like, okay, well, maybe she just wants to show you that she has kids and here's her kids. Personally, I wouldn't put photos of my kids on a dating site. Maybe something like Facebook, but I would not put my kids up on a dating site. And apparently, what's going on here is that on these dating sites, a lot of times these people might have an Instagram account or eventually, you know, send you to a website if you engage them in conversation to their website or something where they have more pictures of their kids, and they're prostituting their kids out, unfortunately. So if you see this, you know, don't engage them and pretend as if you're, you know, you're interested in order to nab them. But do contact your local police department, and, you know, don't just call the sergeant's desk. Whenever you're doing something like that, try to dig a little and maybe, you know, try to reach somebody in the cyber crimes unit who specializes in this so you can share with them specifically that person everything you know so things don't get lost in the shuffle. So if you are out there on any online dating sites and you see that, and trust your instincts, you know. I mean, some people, everybody that has a picture of their kid online isn't guilty of child trafficking, of course. But some people are. So trust your instincts. If it seems odd, if it seems like they're putting their kids out there specifically, maybe dig a little more, chat with them a little more. I would not suggest at all that you try to pose as, you know, engaging as an interested child trafficking customer. But try to determine if maybe there is something there. And if you believe there's something there, you know, contact the FBI and contact your local police, particularly cyber crimes unit and the cyber people at the FBI, wherever they may be, and let them know, you know, eyes and ears. So that's about it. I certainly hope that we got some arrests going down, and that some arrests already have, and that some indictments are getting unsealed, because there's now currently over 20, and they might not be sealed anymore, but last count, there were 25,000 sealed federal indictments. So we're on the cusp of taking out these Luciferian criminal scumbags who have subjugated humanity for a very long time, and that's just the start of things. So guys, I hope I see you. I see you in DC tomorrow. If I don't, you know, watch us on Periscope. Listen to what folks have to say, and if you see Periscope videos coming out of the demonstration, please spread them around, because when I did my March 25th Our Children Matter demonstration in Lafayette Park in DC last year, you know, we only had about 250 people attend live, but that was still a success. But we had, I think, cumulatively about 80,000 people watching on live stream. So that's really a great way to get the word out. When you share those links on your Twitter and Facebook, you know, it really makes people aware of what's going on. And you can rest assured that when I jump on a bullhorn, I keep people entertained, because that's just one of my gifts in life. That man, it all flows to the surface. Everything I've been thinking, everything I've been absorbing, it just flows to the surface freely when I get on a bullhorn. I was made for that. So plug them in, tell them, hey, watch this guy for a little while. You might learn a little something, or he might just entertain you. Anyways, I love you guys. And again, your thoughts and intentions. You are powerful co-creators. You are warriors in this battle. Even if you never get up from your keyboard, if you never get off your sofa, you are all warriors in this battle. You are co-creators, and you are powerful co-creators. And when you leave those co-creative powers on the table, nefarious beings will snatch them and use them against you. That is what has happened for a very long time, and why it's been so easy to control humanity up to this point. But they've lost a grip on that, and it's because of you guys, okay? It's not because of David Seaman. It's not because of Q. It's not because of Neil. It's not because of Titus Frost. It's because of all of you, all right? So I love you guys, and man, enjoy the fight. It's getting better. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.